Hey-ho, music nerds! This week, it turns out you guys actually are using YouTube as your primary music player, so we've made some changes on our end to reflect that, and also how musicians are throwing their weight around in this year's presidential election. Last week's Music Nerd was about a recent study that found YouTube to be the most popular music player for kids these days. So check it out if you haven't seen it yet. Now, I couldn't quite believe it, but Marsiclon, 313Tom313, Miss Lucy Boomer, Wraith Staff, 97 Footprints, frankly, more music nerds than I expected, all corroborated the survey's findings. You guys do indeed use YouTube as your primary music player. In light of this revelation, and in the spirit of keeping up with all the latest bandwagons, I am abandoning Spotify as the platform for Music Nerds' official playlist, and instead have made a YouTube playlist. You can watch right here. Click the annotation, or just click the link in the description once you've finished watching this entire episode. But wait! There's more! I'm also putting the fate of the playlist in your hands. Right now, there are just 5 albums on there that I've been kind of digging recently, but each week I'm going to let you guys choose one album to get rid of and another album to replace it. There is a link below where you can submit and vote as to which album should stay and which album should replace it, and whichever one of you music nerds gets the most net positive votes, you win. Ha! So, Twisted Sister, Silver Sun Pickups, and Kanon have all recently sued or asked or done whatever they can to try and prevent Mitt Romney from using their music. There are links below to those entire stories if you want to check out the entire stories. Liberal musicians trying to shelter their brand from conservatism is nothing new. Hart did it to Palin, Springsteen did it to Reagan, Jackson Brown did it to McCain. And in the political world, this issue never really goes anywhere, because whenever an artist asks a politician to stop using their work, they do. They never fight it. But this does raise an interesting question. What if a politician did fight it? How much control does an artist have over their work and how their work is used once it's out there? At the Iowa State Fair last week, Hank Williams Jr. said, and I quote, "We've got a Muslim president who hates farming, hates the military, hates the U.S., and we hate him." Clearly, Hank is no fan of Barack, but let's say that hypothetically our president thinks that the Cowturd Blues of Hank Williams' latest album would be the pitch-perfect addition to his pre-rally playlist. Let's say Hank Williams Jr. hypothetically objects, and then Obama hypothetically sticks to his guns. Is there any legal recourse that Hank Williams Jr. can take in this situation? We're kind of hazy copyright ground right now. In order to use music, political campaigns do have to get a license from ASCAP and BMI, but it's a blanket license that pretty much covers everything. In the court of public opinion, perhaps Obama would be in the wrong to defy Hank Williams' wishes as to what should be done and shouldn't be done with his work. But in a court of law, I think that Obama pretty definitively has the right to play the Cowturd Blues. Now, if Barack Obama played the Cowturd Blues as much this election cycle as he did Stevie Wonder's Signed, Sealed, Delivered back in 2008, to the point of it becoming, a de facto campaign theme song, then Hank Williams might have a case. At that point, Hank Williams Jr. could argue that Obama was implying a false endorsement. It's okay for politicians to use music from artists that don't support them, but it's not okay for politicians to imply that artists that don't support them do in fact support them. The question is then, where is that threshold? Where does simple use become implied endorsement? Should artists have more legal control? Should they be able to pick and choose who can and can't and when and where and how people can use their work? Or should they just stop complaining and let Mitt Romney do what he wants? And should Obama start using the Cowturd Blues? Yes. Yes, he should. Leave a comment! Anyway, that's it for this week. If you want to keep nerding out, I put some links below to a few more related, interesting musical stories. We have Dave Mustaine, the lead singer from Megadeth. He's been saying some pretty crazy stuff about Barack Obama at some of his shows. I also have a link about the Black Keys. They're not pissed about a political campaign using their music. They're pissed about a few ad campaigns for Pizza Hut and the Home Depot. And I also put a link to ASCAP's official guidelines for political campaigns, if you want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And by horse, I mean ASCAP. But until next week, subscribe to Fuse, and I'm out of here!